191センチ、107.4キロ。アントニオ・ロドリゴ・Nogueira!
Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira, 28-4-1 in MMA, 16-4 in Pride. Minotauro stands 6'3", 231 pounds at 30 years old. Josh Barnett in the red corner, 20-4 in MMA, in Pride, 5-3. He stands 6'2", 258 pounds, just 1 year younger than Nogueira at 29 years of age. Trig, can we expect the unexpected in this fight between these two guys?
There is no unexpected in this fight. Everything can happen. Punching, striking, takedowns. The whole game is going to happen right here.
You say Nogueira is the best chin out there. Let's see if we find out.
Ready, fight!
There's the belt.
I don't think there's been much of a filling out period between these two guys. We'll definitely go after it relatively quickly.
Barnett won the last fight by split decision. Nogueira didn't agree, but respected the judge's decision. This is his chance at revenge at the baby-faced assassin.
Both guys have got great stand-up, although Nogueira's got a little bit better, I think, in the stand-up. But the thing is that he doesn't transition out of it. He can punch, but then he doesn't transition out of it. When Josh will transition from a punching, all of a sudden he realizes it's not connecting or working, he'll take you down.
Quick strike by Barnett.
I guess there is I misspoke earlier. I said there wasn't going to be much of a filling out period, and I lied. Both guys are taking it. Oh, Josh with a nice overhand right, threw it down the pipe. Nice body blow again.
Barnett with a knee.
Nice clinch work. Both guys in the 50-50. Either man's game right here. Both guys have the advantage.
You talked earlier, Trig, about the toughness of Nogueira. Toughest fighter you think in MMA by far.
Yeah, well, the reason why I think he's so tough is because he takes a beating. And that's not a great attribute. That word that I can't really say right now. Yeah, that word.
Good job out of you.
He's really a guy that you can just literally beat the crap out of. You can just beat him up. Just beat him up, and then all of a sudden he pulls an armbar on. He did it against Krokop. He was basically, turning the tide to get himself back in that fight, and then, Krokop was beat him up the first round. He came back in the second round and started beating Krokop up and then armbar him. Same thing against Bob Sapp. He was getting just completely crushed. The armbar is Bob Sapp. I mean, he's just amazing. Whoa! Oh, nice overhand right by Josh.
Josh with a quick right again, and another. Nogueira trying to counter with a few. It didn't look like he got any of Barnett.
No, he didn't. Barnett's got a great head motion right now, moving out of the way.
Another quick swing by Barnett. His hands are in good position to defend the knees coming from Nogueira, Trig.
Yeah, he's doing a great job, and he's moving his head a lot more. This is the first time I've seen Josh use this much head motion in his boxing game. Whoa! Oh my gosh, that body blow. Jeez, it sounds like he slapped him in the stomach when he punched him.
We've seen a little bit of that tonight in Shockwave 2006.
Looks like Nogueira's already bleeding a little bit on that eye.
Nogueira going to try to use the standing skills tonight to knock Barnett out and not even let this go to a decision. Are you surprised these two fighters haven't made their way to the ground yet?
I'm a little bit, because both guys, well, as we say that, Nogueira's stepping in from a pretty bad takedown. But both guys are really ground specialists. They should really try to stick to their best attribute. But I think in the first fight, they both realized how good the other man is at the ground game and think, attack him at their weak spot. Their weak spot is striking. Unfortunately, their weak spot is striking as well.
Nogueira landed a quick one just a few seconds ago on Barnett, and another there. They don't seem to be registering with Barnett.
Honestly, Barnett's hands seem to be a lot faster, and he's not as phased by any of the striking that he's getting hit with. He tends to be just out of range.
And Barnett's using that quick right. They're coming in fast at Nogueira. Look like he has a lot of time to defend him.
Well, he not only doesn't have enough time to defend him, but he doesn't really see him coming because Josh is throwing from a very strange angle. His right hand isn't a traditional straight right off his shoulder. It kind of comes from his hip a little bit.
Barnett, Trig, after 3.5 minutes here, fighting his 8th fight in 14 months, doesn't look like he's really fatigued just now.
No, not at all. And the one thing I was worried about is overall fatigue from the long, grueling matches he's had. But now the thing that's happening is that he's had a lot more experience than anybody else is competing at in the last year. He knows definitely his ringmanship, how to control where the pace of the fight goes. When he needs a rest, he knows where to get it.
We've seen with other fighters, when they don't have a lot of time to train, when their conditioning's not best, it shows up early and it shows up often. Not the case here with Josh.
No, not with Josh. Josh is one of those guys that's always going to be great condition. He's got a great strength and conditioning coach down there at Eric Paulson's Combat Submission Wrestling School in Orange County. And he definitely knows. He knows how to defend himself. He knows how to get in there and battle. Plus, technically, he's superior to most guys he competes against.
Now, as we work toward the halfway point of this first round, Nogueira trying a few knees. The further this fight goes, the more it benefits Nogueira, in your opinion, right, Trey?
It's actually, both guys are pretty good cardio machines. This actually, the further it goes, it's going to be to the guy that took some more damage earlier. It's going to benefit the other man. So we're going to see what happens here in the next 5 minutes or so.
See the red color on the face and upper body of Barnett. That's not indicative of the punches he's taken. Just a fair-skinned guy to begin with. I don't think Nogueira's really done too much damage to Barnett to this point.
No, he's really kind of missed most of the things that are throwing. I mean, everything's getting blocked. If he is hitting it, it's a glancing blow. It's not a straight punch like Barnett actually hit on Nogueira. Oh, great leg
Good kick. Barnett takes another inside leg kick from Nogueira, and we're at the halfway point of this first round. Trick, we haven't seen the ground yet.
I'm very surprised at that. Honestly, I'm really surprised. I thought by now somebody would have took it to the ground.
Barnett's head caught between the legs of Nogueira. He's going to try to lift him. Looks like he's got him in the air.
Oh, geez.
And down goes Nogueira there.
Nice body slam.
Barnett's on top of him.
Now that's
How about
great.
that right arm of Barnett?
Well, guys, just so you know, that's it. Oh, geez, he's lighting his knees in there. Nogueira's got to move. He can't stay here.
You see the blood on the left thigh of Barnett.
Yes, Nogueira got cut early.
To the head of Nogueira.
Yeah, he got cut. Nogueira got cut earlier, so that's blood from an original cut. But that, just to get back a quick minute to that big throw, there's a lot of people that like to do those big slams or what have you. Most of those slams, you know how to land right, don't do any damage to you. They're great for the crowd, they're great for the judges, but really in the pace of the fight, they really don't do much damage. Nogueira knows how to land. I don't think that did any damage to Nogueira at all.
How about the makeup of the surface?
You know what? Sometimes this is a new canvas. They just rebuilt this ring because the Pride actually has 2 rings now. The other ring is in Caesars at Caesars Palace. Getting ready for our Thomas and Mack event, and this is a new canvas, so it could be a little bit different than the other ones. Nice push out by Nogueira to get back to guard.
First time they're on the ground tonight. Took them over 5 minutes for both fighters to make their way to the canvas.
Yeah, and really, Josh did a great job picking them up and slamming them down.
Oh wow! By Barnett.
Nice.
And he got him.
Yeah, he stopped him right in the head. Yeah. Oh, nice reversal. Jeez.
Was going for a choke.
Nice reversal. Great job. Great sweep by Nogueira. Good job, getting his hips underneath him and putting him apart. He's got a hold of his head, but there's no damage there. As you see, it pops out. Nice half guard game. Josh has a pretty decent half guard game from the bottom, so it's going to be interesting to see if Nogueira can strike or not from here.
A left lands to the head of Barnett. This is the first time we're seeing consistent offense here from Nogueira.
Yeah, a lot of it has been defensive, kind of backing off. Josh was just too slick on his feet tonight. At least at this stage of the game. We'll see what happens if we get further along it. Now Nogueira is definitely trying to put a little bigger pace on, trying to push along a little bit more.
3 minutes remaining in the opening round here between Barnett and Nogueira. A 3-round fight between heavyweights.
And I got to be honest with you, these heavyweights really aren't heavyweights. They don't move like heavyweights. They move like middleweights. 183 pounders.
Barnett at 258, Nogueira at 231.
Nogueira's got some good positions. Josh is doing a great job of defending. See, he's got that hook with his right hand, so Nogueira can't punch him. He's always clipping inside the biceps, so he can't get hit.
A quick strike by Nogueira. Lands at the head of Barnett, and he's got the left hand on his chin, trying to set him up to drop that right on him.
He's doing a good job of controlling Josh's head where he can't move it around.
Nogueira trying to swing in tight.
Josh going for a little bit of a sweep here, trying to swing back up and through. He's got one hand caught right now underneath, so you can see his hand cut underneath there, underneath Nogueira's body. Posture up.
Nogueira trying to get the left free.
Have you noticed
Barnett defending well.
Yeah, he threw 4 punches, Robbie, and only 1 hit. So Josh did a really good job from defending underneath, but Nogueira's starting to pick him apart a little bit.
Just above a minute and a half remaining in the opening round here. It seems like Josh controlled the first 5 minutes of the pace of this round. It's been Nogueira the rest of the way.
Yeah, it's a split. Now it's a split. There's another minute and a half or so. They're doing a good job Nogueira's doing a good job of controlling now.
Barnett, he's defending these strikes well from Nogueira. It seems like Nogueira's in a good position to deliver them, but Barnett right there to defend him.
And it's one of the things, too, that with a lot of Josh's experience and his athletic ability, that he knows, has a good sense of how not to get hit, how to stay the baby-faced assassin, because, baby-face doesn't have many scars on his face. He definitely knows how not to get hit. And he shows it no matter what position he's in. He's always looking to maintain the posture of not getting beat down, not getting ground and pounded.
Got the nickname Babyface at the ripe young age of 21 years old.
He told me that you can still lick his whiskers off, put a cat can lick his whiskers off with milk on his face at 21.
45 seconds remaining in the opening round. I don't know what you say to that.
Now you just take it and accept it.
Both guys on the ground here. Just north of 30 seconds remaining in the opening round between Barnett and Nogueira. Barnett, a top 5 heavyweight, as is his opponent, Nogueira.
This really is the battle for #1 position, #1 contendership within the Pride Fighting Championships. This is really the guy that wins this is going to be able to battle out to Fedor.
Now they're slugging it out a little bit with 10 seconds remaining in the opening round. Barnett trying to get separate so he can throw a couple haymakers at him.
Both missed, though. Nogueira's doing a good job now, boxing and weaving. Really? Okay, let's look at the criteria real quick and take a look at it.
Yep.
After they finished the fight by KO submission, neither one really did that. Damage given to the opponent. Well, really you have to give it to Josh because Nogueira's got a cut. Effective striking, ground control. Well, the striking went to Josh, but the ground control went to Nogueira, so it's still even. Takedown defense. The one takedown was really done by Josh. We did a big power bomb, but then he got rolled over. So that's also Josh. Aggressiveness really is Josh. So at this point, Josh has a slight edge going to the second round. But remember, it's not a round-by-round thing that happens here in Pride Fighting Championship. It's judged by the entire fight. All 3 rounds will get judged in its entirety. So right now, it's still early.
Take a look at numbers for just a second here. Josh Barnett, of his 24 fights, only 3 have gone to decision. For Nogueira, just 11 of his 33.
Great power bomb. Just lifted up Josh, lifted up Nogueira. Josh turned around and dropped down. Typical wrestling style. Did a great job. Just got backed out of that up kick. Really missed Nogueira. Comes to his foot stop and just barely misses. Great job by Nogueira to just get his head out of the way.
Really doesn't do any damage, does it, when he just grazes him?
No, not really. You got to have a full-on head stop is what does the damage. And here, if you notice, all these punches really are missing. Josh is doing a great job of defending, but in the judge's mind, they may not see the vantage point that we have. They may not see that the fact that it's missing. They don't get a chance to look at a replay of the judges. They miss everything.
Nogueira with an outstanding chin. Seems to be living up to that reputation through the first round tonight.
So far, he's doing a great job. If I'm each guy's corner, I'm gonna tell him, Josh, keep it on your feet, keep banging them out, keep using those hand skills, keep swinging on them a little bit more. If I'm Nogueira, get it to the ground as quickly as possible. Start using that ground and pound you were using. Keep them on the ground and beat them up. Let's see what their corners are telling them, and hopefully we'll see how the adjustments are made.
Josh's nose seems to be bleeding pretty good here.
Oh, yep, there it goes. Yeah, it's bleeding. They haven't even started yet. It's still bleeding.
It's already
again.
dripping. The round hasn't even started. What's that from? One of Nogueira's punches?
I'm not sure. I didn't see it because it didn't bleed till later, so I'm not real sure where it came from. But oh wow, they're swinging right away. Nogueira's stepping in heavy and hard. See?
Trying to take him down with the right leg. Barnett maintains his balance.
Good athletic ability, good defense, takedown defense by Barnett. It's gonna be really hard to take a guy like Barnett down. It does have a amateur wrestling background. It's gonna be hard to get him to the ground.
We're in the second round here, just 30 seconds in.
You can see Eric Paulson's head right there, sitting right between Josh's legs. That's his corner guy, Eric Paulson, and Josh Barnett's girlfriend and manager, Shannon, sitting right next to him.
My nose.
Stitch Duran also in the corner of Barnett.
My nose.
Oh, they're giving. I guess Josh got hit a little bit, a little low blow. Needs a second to recover from himself.
You see the official. What kind of bloody nose do to Barnett here? How does that affect the fight?
Well, you know what happens? Blood is sticky. It's a sticky surface, so as it spreads around and gets on, it'll start making it easier for submissions. And you can also get blood into your opponent's eyes, which will slow him down a little bit. But also remember, it's your blood. It's coming out of your body. depending on how you're affected by your own blood, it could put a piece of desperation into Josh that can make him make a mistake, or it could make him calm and let him know that he's in a fight and in a battle and be okay.
There's a knee from Nogueira. Barnett shakes his head. Does that mean it didn't land?
No, I mean it landed, and he's just shaking it off. That's the #1 sign that you hit a guy clean, is when he starts shaking his head no at you.
The kick right to the midsection of Nogueira. A couple slow lefts from Barnett don't hit their target. Neither does that kick. Minute and a half in the round 2 between Nogueira and Barnett.
Nogueira's done a much better job this time on his feet. He's starting to move his head a little bit, starting to pick up Josh. Oh, geez, but he got covered that right by Josh. He's done a better job of moving, get his head out of the way.
And we're seeing that trademark toughness from Nogueira. Taking punches, doesn't seem fazed by him.
That right stung Nogueira, and he came right back with the left, or with the right of his own, but it missed. He's starting to get rattled a little bit.
Trick, a lot more stand-up in this fight, yeah?
Yeah, I didn't think it'd be, like I said earlier in the first fight, I don't think it was going to happen that much. But, obviously it's both guys have realized to beat their opponent, they got time out a little bit on their feet. Get a guy tired on his feet, then you take him down.
It took them more than 5 minutes into the first round to make their way to the ground. They pretty much spent the entire final 5 minutes on the ground in the first round.
Well, we're getting ready in the second round right now to get in the halfway point, and it looks like we're about to go to the ground right now. So, indicative of the first round. Oh, great job by Josh to roll it over and get on top again. Geez, the first round, they spent half the time on top and bottom. The second round, it's now looking that way again.
There's a couple hammer strikes from Barnett. They hit their target, the left side of Nogueira's face.
Barnett's doing a much better job now, making sure he's on top in a good, stronger position. Before, he was content to be in a scramble. Now he's going to maintain and hold.
Nice closed guard here. 3 minutes into round 2.
Barnett should posture up a little bit. He needs to get his head up, push away a little bit, start to straighten down.
Timeout called. Look at that blood.
Little mask, little makeup on the face. It's okay. It's all from the same nose cuts. Just been spreading around. I gotta be honest with you. I think it's a lot of snot too.
A mixture of blood and snot, you just said.
Yep, I sure did. That's what happens when you hit the face. Hey, I just said that Josh is really good. I didn't say he was pretty about how he fights.
He didn't want to spend any time in the corner getting his win back. He wants to go right back at him.
Like I said, one of Josh's best things is he's so athletic, but he also comes in great cardio shape, so he always wants to push the pace. He doesn't want to sit still. He's sitting in the corner in between, waiting for something to happen, and the other guy's getting a break too.
Now Nogueira lands a 1-2 on him. Are these affecting Barnett?
Yeah, they're going to start taking a toll here now because Nogueira's starting to get inside.
And the longer this fight goes on, the further it falls in favor of Nogueira, right, Trick?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Well, I take that back. Not absolutely. The longer this fight goes, really, both guys are in great cardio shape. So, really, it's not. It's the guy who's going to take the most damage early. That's what's going to happen. Nogueira's punching seems to get better the more tired he gets. The further he gets in, he seems to get a little bit better at striking.
50 seconds remaining in round 2. Barnett just ducks under one, but takes a knee in the process.
Wow, he's starting to slow down a little bit, Barnett is, but he's still throwing his punching. He's still staying in there, but he's starting to slow down a little bit. He's starting to eat a couple more punches.
And Barnett's starting to work the body a little bit as he takes a little of his blood.
Oh, geez, that knee. Oh, it's number 2. He jumped it with 2 knees. Oh, man. Josh is starting to slow down because he's starting to take a little bit of punishment to his head, but nice shot.
Well, he shoots at him and ducked under. Nogueira. Looks like Nogueira's finding that rhythm on his feet here.
Well, it seems like Nogueira's kind of like a couple other fighters I know that the further it goes in the fight, the better their hands get. They're not thinking about it, they're just throwing it. At the beginning of the fight, they're thinking about where they're going to throw their hands, and they're not really letting things just fly. When you finally get into the ring, you finally get in here and start to fight, you can't think about anything. You just have to go back to your training, just let things snap out there, let things go. And if you're thinking about it, oh, I got to throw a 1-2, I got to throw a 1-2-3, they're not going to come off. You just got to throw the flow, go with the flow. We see Stitch Duran sitting in the corner. You can see his hands, man, his little mustache. One of the best cut guys in the business. Josh flies him over. Josh and him have been together for 6 years. Josh flies him over every time that he fights from America as well to take care of him in the corner. So if anybody's going to take care of that nose of his, it's definitely going to be Stitch.
Well, after the first round, you gave a slight edge to Barnett. How do you feel after 2 rounds?
It's anybody's game right now. It's too close to call, honestly. After 15 minutes of fighting, it's a toss-up. Really, it's a toss-up.
You think Barnett's corner is telling him to take this fight to the ground as you take us through this replay?
You know, I'm not really sure because Josh has potential like this where he gets the leg in there. You know, he's starting to bang Nogueira out a little bit, but also in the reverse, Nogueira was starting to catch Josh a little bit as well. He's starting to hit him a little bit more. I mean, it's tough. It's a tough call because Nogueira's a guy, you see that left hook pop its way through. Nogueira's a guy that no matter where the position is, no matter where the fight is, he can still be game the fight. You know, it's very questionable. You know, Stitch is giving him directions in the corner about his nose, what he has to do with it. Definitely trying to get the blood and stuff flowing.
Well, we talked in the open and we talked earlier this fight about Barnett fighting here for the 8th time in 14 months. Might we see his mettle tested here as this fight goes to round 3?
If he's going to have a problem, if there's going to be a problem with these 8 fights in the 14 months, it's going to be in this round, absolutely, in this 3rd round. But I got to be honest with you, the way Josh is moving, how he's doing things, it's not from the multitude of fights. I actually think the multitude of fights have helped him prepare for this fight. I think what's happening is that he is taking a little bit of damage from Nogueira, and that's the problem.
Both these guys with their sights set on Pride 33, the second coming, February 24th at the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas. Neither of these guys wants to go in with a loss on their record. Another loss, I should say.
You know, I think we might see one of these 2 guys, not both of them in February, but not sure yet. Card hasn't been quite set, but yeah, definitely get ready for the second coming. It's going to be action-packed. You know, Barnett fought the first time out there, and Nogueira desperately wants to fight out there this time.
Quick right by Barnett hits Nogueira. You see a little saliva fly out of his mouth.
That's not good because it means his jaw's open. It's a good way to get knocked out. Got to keep those teeth clenched when you're out there in the striking game. You know what? I wonder if we might see a rematch of these guys. If Nogueira wins, we could see a rubber match at some point. Oh, geez. Oh, great job.
Now, Josh just shook his head again. Those ones hurt, didn't they?
Yeah. Every time a guy shakes his head, I do it myself. Whenever I get hit, I shake it off. But, you know, it's the first sign you know you hit a guy. He's trying to shake it off, telling you it doesn't mean anything. Just trying to sell it. Just trying to sell the fact it doesn't hurt.
Are Barnett's hands a little bit lower here in the 3rd round than they have been?
Yeah, they are a little bit lower. Part of it's due to fatigue, but part of it's too he's a little bit more confident in his hand game. So he's going to let him be a little bit more relaxed, a little bit lower in the game. He keeps sliding in with that body shot, that jab to the body. He's getting that right to the body. He needs to start doing it a little bit more. It was working for him so well in the first round.
Barnett looked like he got a little low on that last punch.
Yeah, it might have, but didn't affect Nogueira at all. Oh, great. Another body shot by
Right
Barnett. Both guys are starting to swing a little bit more, a little bit better at their punching. Finding their targets. Oh, wow.
Now they're going right for the head. Both guys landed a few there. Now Barnett keeps working that body.
Needs to come up top. He's gonna hit the body low, come up top with the head. Go body, head, body, head.
If he misses one low on the body, is he leaving himself susceptible up top?
Yeah.
Now Barnett's taking a flurry. Here comes a knee. I don't know if he's defending him.
Yeah, he's
defending himself well here from these knees.
Good. There we go. Nogueira, but he's caught in the front choke. And Josh is tough at this game.
His strength going to come through here?
Nogueira's got this thing in here tight. Or Barnett has this thing in here tight. Nogueira's in trouble.
There's the hands. Takes his hand off the mat. Trying to use his feet to work his way out of it. What does he have to do? Now the legs wrap around him.
High. Nogueira's in a lot of trouble here. He's in a lot of trouble in this position. He's coming. He's trying to pop out. His head's popping out. His head's popping. Oh my God! I can't believe he got out of that.
How did he do that?
That was the tightest front choke I've ever seen in the best position, and Nogueira just willed his way out of that position. Technique didn't come into a factor. Strength didn't come into a factor. He willed his way out of that position. That is amazing that Nogueira got out of that. There's no way he should have got out of that position.
What's Barnett's mental state right now that Nogueira just slipped out of a choke like that?
And as tight as that was, it's one of Josh's best submissions. That's going to break you a little bit. It's really gonna put you out a little bit when you think about it. I had this guy in his tight submission. He popped out, and now he's punching me in the head again.
Under 2 minutes remaining in this fight. Nogueira's in Barnett's open guard. Nogueira goes to the body a few times. Now he closed up. Josh did.
Josh doing a great job for striking for the bottom. You don't see much of that anymore from guys in the bottom. But they're still trying to punch. Most guys in the bottom are trying to survive. He's not surviving. He's trying to continue the offense.
Barnett gets a better grip with the legs. Nogueira seems to be in too tight. It seems like he can't get those arms extended to land any punches with authority.
No, he really needs to sit up and start to control his guard game, start to try to pass a little bit. There you go. As I say it, ask for it and they shall do it. But the problem is that a guy like Josh gets right back to his feet.
1 minute remaining. 1 minute left. Trey, quickly, strategy for each guy here the rest of the way.
Nogueira needs to get this back to the ground and get a little ground and pound. Josh needs to back out and try to start getting a little striking on.
You see Nogueira, he's looking right at his corner, taking instructions, look directly at his guys in the eye.
Oh, he's got the Kimura. He slid out of it. Good defense by Nogueira to end up on top.
How much does this hurt Barnett in the scoring? That Nogueira
right
slipped
into a
out
triangle. I'm sorry, Robbie. I thought he turned right into a triangle. You know, it depends because it's only 10 or 15 seconds of a full 20-minute fight. So it's still, you got to worry about what's going on and what guys are doing. The thing is about Josh is he's still working on the bottom. He's still moving. He's never stopping at all. And the thing about Nogueira is that he's working. He's always working as well. So it's too close to call at this point.
Well, the bell's about to go off. There it is. And once again, Barnett and Nogueira go to decision, Trig.
Yeah, I mean, both these guys are tough. These aren't guys you're going to finish very easily. It's going to be very difficult. If there's an edge to be given, you know, it's really going to be tough, man. And, you know, the one time I picked against Josh Barnett, I thought Mark Hunt was going to beat him, and I was completely wrong, and he just completely crushed Hunt. As you see some of these strikes coming through and peppering through his body, and you know, it's the thing with Josh is that he adapted and he positioned himself. As you see how tight this front choke is as he sets it in. His leg is so high, it's so deep around his throat. You can see Nogueira's chin underneath. That's how deep it is. It's in his chin. And then he fights and just has to will his way out of it and finally just pops his head out of it. He's just that tough. He's just such a tough guy. The thing about Josh is he learns while he's in there. He learns how to fix it and how to defend himself out of all this positioning.
Back in September in the Openweight Grand Prix, it was a 2-1 split decision in favor of Barnett. Nogueira disagreed. Let's see how this one shakes out.
Very interesting. It's very interesting. It's very close. It's too close for me to call it. You know, I can definitely see either guy. I can definitely see this being a split decision, or I can see this being a draw. I can absolutely see this being a draw.
What's going through their heads right now?
Holy crap, I hope I hear a lot more of my name called than his name.
How much anxiety does a guy have right now?
Not
standing there.
Yeah, a little bit. It's kind of done. It's out of your hands. Nothing you can really do about it. Wow, this is taking a really long time for them to make the decision. I'm kind of interested to see what they have to say.
Nogueira. Nogueira gets revenge by unanimous decision, defeats Barnett. 1-1 against one another, Trig.
I got to tell you what, I'm really interested in seeing another match. I was going to get a look at the back of Stitch Duran's shirt, see a little trigonomics on the back of it right there. Nice little logo pop. Got to thank Stitch always for wearing my logo whenever he comes over to Japan. Can't blame the kid, he's a great guy. But, you know, I really want to see these guys fight again. I could definitely see a rubber match happen sometime this year. I'm really interested in seeing these guys work it out.
Is it too tight to have this rematch in February in Las Vegas between the American Barnett and the Brazilian Nogueira?
Too close to making that, have that happen.
One fighter you will see at Pride 33, the second coming. The middleweight champion Vanderlei Silva will defend his belt in a 5-round title fight February 24th. Tickets go on sale January 6th. Get them by phone at 866-US-FIGHT or online at pridefc.com.
Don't forget it, pridefc.com. All your DVDs, all your T-shirts, any merchandise you want. This is the thing that people didn't understand. Before Pride came, you didn't get to see what real elite MMA fighters were all about. When Pride finally came to America back in October, as you see here at the end of the fight, these knees that Josh did a great job of defending the knees as they came through here, but it just wasn't to happen tonight for Josh. Nogueira does a great job finally finding his positions on Josh's head later in the fight. The first real deal in Las Vegas, Nevada back in October was amazing. It was, I mean, it was just a show to be seen. People finally got a chance to see what real fighters get to fight. What I've always said is that the thing about Pride is it's a place that you bring your whole family. It's entertainment from the very first to the very end. It's something that you want to bring your wife, you want to bring your kids, you want to bring your girlfriend, you want to bring your brother, your sister. It's something that you want to bring the whole family to because you're entertained. You're not going to have to worry about, you know, people throwing beer on you or people booing and all that stuff. It's a higher class crowd. We're blue collar guys that are just happy about watching such a great competition go off. And that's what happened when Pride came to America the first time.
How big a win is this for Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira?
Well, you know what? Now there's not a definitive number 2 in Pride Fighting Championships. Either Barnett or Nogueira can have a shot at Fedor if Fedor wins tonight, later on this evening. So it's definitely a question of what's going to happen within the heavyweight division of Pride Fighting Championships. And now with James Thompson winning, you know, there's a possibility of having other guys that get thrown into the heavyweight division now. This is a big thing. And plus with Nogueira, because he is with the Brazilian top team, it puts the Brazilian top team now back on the map again. Not again, but with another one of their stars back on top, because you know, when you have 2 of the best fighting organizations in the world or fight teams in the world in Brazilian top team and Shoot the Box 3 hours apart down in Brazil, every time they have a guy, one of their heroes, one of their main stars win, it's huge for the academy and for themselves.
Nogueira gets revenge, defeats Barnett by unanimous decision.